My name is Jonathan Douglas and this is my Birmingham story. I grew up in Birmingham and Saturday by Saturday I'd go along to the Central Library with my library card as a child, as a teenager, and borrow brilliant books from the kids' library. It wasn't until my 16th birthday that I was given a new card and allowed to go up the escalators in the Central Library. Not the fantastic new library in Millennium Point. This was the big concrete rambly library with orange carpets, which was in Chamberlain Square. Went up the escalator with my new library card and I walked into the adult fiction library. And there in front of me was a brand new book, shiny, glossy. Have to admit, that's why I picked it up. I was the first person to read it, and it was by somebody called Penelope Lively, and it was a novel called Moon Tiger. And this is it. This is my copy, not the library copy. And this book blew my mind. The most extraordinary story of a woman looking back on her life, looking back on living in Egypt, looking back on the 20th century, and it made me think completely differently about history. It made me think completely differently about stories, and without a doubt, it changed my life. It blew my mind. This book is the reason why I became a librarian when I left university, because I believed, and I believe now, that actually libraries are the home of stories. Birmingham libraries are the home of Birmingham stories, and that actually the more stories we experience, the more we live ourselves. This book was the reason why now I'm Chief Executive of the National Literacy Trust. This book and my experience in Birmingham Central Library all those years ago quite simply changed my life. But it wasn't until 18 months ago that I finally met Penelope Lively, and I told her the story of her book Moon Tiger and how important it had been for me and how important Birmingham Central Library's copy of it had been for me when I was 16 years old. And that's my Birmingham story, a story about how a book and a library changed my life.